It's the Franklin Show live from Franklin with America's favorite adopted pup, Franklin Delano Roosevelt Lloyd Wright Sinatra Seltzer, and his friend and favorite Franklin dog adopter, Michael Seltzer. I'm your announcer, Chasey Chase'em. Here's Franklin.
Oh, wow. Hey, everybody. Thank you. Welcome back. And to my great band, Doc Severinsen and the NBC Orchestra, and this studio audience. You might be my favorite studio audience today. You're all great. And my stunt double, Lance, right over here, protecting Franklin and I from the danger that lurks around. Franklin and I are happy to be here, and we're looking forward to a great show. You stay tuned to The Franklin Show. Thanks, everybody.
Love is a lesson that doesn't end. It knows no conditions, so you better buckle in. Love keeps you on your toes. It never stops, only grows. Love isn't easy, it's a commitment, especially when they're being their most resistant. Love is finding the right seat so you can take a breath. But remember, love isn't lax, it always double checks. Check that your kids are in the right seat at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Oh, hey, everybody. Welcome to the show. I'm so glad to be here. Now, I have an announcement to make. We have a brand new executive producer here on The Franklin Show. How about that? Isn't that wonderful? The other one, I don't want to talk about. So Greg Black is our new executive producer, and his responsibilities are immense, obviously, when you produce the #1 show on cable TV, right here. So Greg, is Greg out there? Greg, can you come on in and say a few... What? He's on vacation? What kind of shit? The brand new executive producer is on vacation? This is unbelievable. Well, I want the old executive producer back. We're going to have to talk about this. But in the meantime, the show must go on. I'm a show business veteran, and I get that. Franklin and I are here with a man who I greatly admire. And he doesn't really know that, but I'm here to say, I admire people that have a passion for what they do. Obviously, I have a little bit of a passion, but I have met people along the way in my life that have impressed me. And I'm here to speak about some of that passion today on the show. My first guest is Jay Kalisky, who is a certified public accountant. I don't really know what that means, but we'll talk about that. Jay, welcome to the Franklin Show.
Thank you, Michael. Pleasure to be here.
Oh, I'm thinking you're thinking that now, but you won't.
I'll let you know at the end how it works out.
So you are a CPA.
I am.
Now, what's the difference between a certified public accountant and a not certified public accountant? Is there any difference?
There is a difference. You have to pass a test. It's a 3-day test. It's something like 19 and a half hours over 3 days.
Yeah.
And four different parts. And it's a grueling test that you take, but once you're done, you become a CPA, and then you have to commit to 40 hours of continuing education on a yearly basis, of which...
So if I wanted to do this, where would I go to take this test?
You first have to have a 4-year degree with 150 hours of credit, and
I got way more.
Two years of you need 2 years of experience working in a public accounting firm to actually become certified.
So I'd have to work in your public accounting firm for 2 years, so to speak.
Not mine, but probably someone else's.
Well, but you would give me the opportunity.
Of course.
Of course you would. I think I could nail this. I mean, it doesn't really sound all that complicated.
It isn't.
I mean, look, I am a notary, as you know. And what is it that you folks do after you do your work? You come to people like me to have things notarized and certified. I mean, doctors, lawyers, I'm the top of the food chain.
Understand.
And I don't remember how many hours I had to put in to get that. I think I had to go swear that I wouldn't do anything illicit and illegal. And I have to do that every couple years.
I'm going to surprise you,
And then they send
though.
me this beautiful stamp.
I'm going to surprise you that I was a former notary public, but I lost my license during COVID.
Well, and see, that's the difference. I find this in a lot of places, professionals who used to be, you know. Well, I used to be somebody too, but nonetheless. All right, so we're here to talk about your passion which beyond being a CPA, which is a notable profession, I'm only jesting about, how easy it is, because I know it's not. Your passion is the American Cancer Society.
It is.
Tell me where that came from.
It goes way back. I'll try and make the story very brief. I'm 10 years old.
We got all the time in the world.
That's fantastic. I thought I had 20 minutes. I was 10 years old.
You only got 5 left.
I understand. I'll talk faster. I was 10 years old.
Yes.
And my mom and dad were going to get a physical.
Yeah.
It was primarily my dad getting a physical, and my mom was going with him because he had backed out numerous times before, and she wanted to make sure he got there. Anyways, he got there, he had a physical, everything was fine. But before they were leaving, my mom mentioned to the doctor, who was also her doctor, that she had a lump on her neck and that it wasn't going away. Anyways, long story short, she ended up directly from there into the hospital. She was there about 10 days. She came home. I'm 10 years old, my sister is 9 years old, and my mom sat us down to tell us that she had a gland disease and that she was going to take medicine and that she was going to be okay. And as a 10-year-old boy, that sounded fantastic, and I went to play baseball again. I was happy, everything was great. Unfortunately, that night, I was eavesdropping, as a 10-year-old mischievous boy might do, and I heard something that I didn't want to hear was my mom had cancer. But I was very afraid to tell my parents that I had eavesdropped and that I already knew this situation, which as a 10-year-old boy in 1967, when you hear the words, your mom has cancer, the only thing you can think of is when she's going to die. So I had a secret, and I had a secret for about 3 years until I was about 13, right after my bar mitzvah, actually. And I had this secret that I couldn't tell anybody.
Yeah.
And it was every day I thought I would come home from school and she wouldn't be there. So I actually quit all of my after-school activities because I needed to get home. So I quit all my after-school activities to come home quickly so I could make sure that she was there. And even at night when we went to bed, I would give her a hug, and I would kind of, every time I did, I would think, if this is the last time, I want to remember what this feels like, what this smells like, how this is, because I didn't know how much more time I had. It was really painful, actually, and it was really disruptive for several years, but I just had to keep my secret. And finally, well, not finally, her cancer came back. Yeah. And when her cancer came back, then she told us. I was then 13, and anyways, she told us. And it was way better because now I could help her in a better way. Yeah. As a 13-year-old boy, I wanted to do whatever I could to help her manage her illness. And she had the illness for quite a while. She died when I was 20. It was like the most traumatic experience in my life. In any event, that was the start of, knowing about cancer and what that's all about. And I was probably angry for 5 or 6 years. Is there a God? All those things you go through maybe when you're grieving. Right. And, but at a certain point, I owned up to that and thought, let's make something bad good. And even to this day, volunteering for the American Cancer Society is taking a tragic event that happened in my life and making it good. Finding, it's almost like my mission now. It is my mission now to fund, try and fund cancer research, because funding cancer research is the only path that I'm aware of that will get us to a point of either improved treatment for cancer patients, which is clearly happening, lots of new discoveries, and then maybe one day, maybe idealistically, I'll say, a cure for cancer. So this is my way of making something bad really good and actually being a blessing for me to be able to make a big difference. And I'm a person, I did not know the show was about passion, but that's a lot of what I get to experience, and it's joyful, actually. And as I get to talk to other people who are volunteers that don't really know what to do, I've been doing this for a really long time. I'm an experienced volunteer.
Yes, you are.
And so I've learned all the ways that I can promote myself and the cause to be able to fundraise. This year, my goal, I have several different fundraisers that go on, actually 3 that I do every year. The main one is called Relay for Life. and that is the largest fundraiser in the United States, not for American Cancer Society, but for all diseases.
Really?
Relay for Life there were thousands of relays around the United States and around the world. And so my relay is Relay for Life of South Oakland County.
Yeah.
The last few years, it's been held at the Detroit Zoo. It's going to be at the Detroit Zoo this year on August 9th. And my goal this year is $40,000. Good news is I've had really great response this year, and I'm currently, as of this morning, $37,887.61.
Wow.
So I am already really close to my goal,
Right.
but I could use
Of course.
I can use some more donations, but I'm getting there, and very excited that this year has, unfortunately, a lot of people I know have cancer. My sister is a 22-year breast cancer survivor. That is my other motivation.
Right.
Due to research, breast cancer, the breast cancer is very highly funded because there are so many breast cancer occurrences.
Right.
And because of that, my sister was able to get the best of treatment and has lived a very quality life with, since her diagnosis to today, 6 grandchildren, an amazing life.
God bless.
And I'm thankful for the research that was done, and I'm looking to fund more research so that more people can have that, positive experience.
Yeah, I can't think of a better cause. I mean, there are many causes.
lots of
and we
causes.
all have our passions. I have my charities, etc. But we've all been touched by cancer. I lost my father. He had cancer and only had it for 2 years.
Right.
And that was very rough and scary. I was 35 years old.
I have something very surprising to tell you.
Yeah.
Your mother. Your mother, again, this is a long time ago. My memory is almost faded, but I definitely remember your mother. Your mother volunteered for the American Cancer Society. She was, and tell me if this makes sense to you, she's a comedian, right?
Yeah,
she volunteered to be one of the headliners of a show that we put on for the American Cancer Society. She was extremely funny.
That's
but
a
this
stell.
is like
Yeah.
5 years ago,
Yeah.
a very long time ago, when I first started really working with the American Cancer Society. Somehow I got her name and I called her, and she was gracious, and she said, "Yes, I'll be one of your I'll be part of your entertainment." And she was,
Estelle was a comedian. She did a lot of benefits with Al Muskovitz, Big Al from the Dick Burton Show, and she was just a lightning bolt. We called her a leftover firecracker because her birthday was July 5th.
Okay.
So we just recently celebrated her birthday in blessed memory. And thank you for sharing that. I did not know that story.
Yeah.
That's
a
wonderful.
lot of people, I've been really fortunate.
Yeah.
A lot of people have helped me over the years. And as you talk to people and they tell their story, virtually every person I talk to tells a story of someone in their family who had cancer or has cancer. Most recently, my very best friend, he's been my friend for 56 years. Like, we've been friends since 8th grade.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, he was just diagnosed with stage 4 esophageal cancer, which is driving me nuts because this is just a great, great guy. And no matter how hard I work at this or whatever, cancer, people are being diagnosed every day with cancer. And so it's really...
And it feels to me, Jay, like it's always diagnosed at stage 4. You know, my dad had a physical, and I remember clearly it was Labor Day weekend, and my mom said to me, "Does Dad look a little jaundice?" And he had just had a physical, and I said, "Yeah, he does." He went back to the doctor, and they diagnosed him with lymphoma, stage 4. Now, how could you have missed that?
Yeah, my mom also, by the way, had lymphoma. Back in 1967 and 77, there were three different treatments, and she went through all 3, and after that, there were no other treatments, and she passed away.
Yeah.
Nowadays, lymphoma is kind of the cancer that if you had to pick one, it's the one that has now best results because of
is that right?
Lymphoma now. I mean, I'm not saying you want to have any of these cancers, of
but
course,
that's good to hear
Yeah.
because for years we donated to, say, the muscular dystrophy Jerry Lewis telethon. I
Right.
was big involved in that, and year after year his goal was to reach the point where he wouldn't have to do another telethon.
Yep.
And they raised millions of dollars, and yet they've not conquered it. So it's good to hear that there are diseases that are being conquered, and cancer is one of the most deadly.
We just need funding.
Yeah,
so in
no, I
other
get
words,
it.
right now the government right now is talking about reducing funding. And the government is the #1 funder of cancer research,
Yeah.
with the American Cancer Society being #2.
Wow.
So we need the government to still, and it seems like our senators are very aware of that. When there have been proposals in the past to reduce cancer research, they came through and maintained it or increased it slightly. And we're certainly hoping that this year that happens also. That's part of, I kind of wear two hats, American Cancer Society and American Cancer Society Cancer Action Network. Cancer Action Network is the political arm. So I've gone to Washington a few times. I go to Lansing and talk to our elected officials to make sure that they keep on funding. And the new proposals, there is something new that's happening where they're coming up with a test that is going to be able to diagnose a lot of these cancers that take to stage 4 before they have symptoms. So there's going to be this test that will check like 15 or 20 different cancers. It's not approved yet by the FDA, but the American Cancer Society is trying to get the federal government to agree on a bill that says when it is approved by the FDA, that we can go and start doing it immediately rather than starting the process of trying to get it approved. So it's exciting that there is going to be a test that's going to help diagnose cancers sooner, so that you don't get diagnosed with stage 4.
Great goals, and I'm just in awe. You are a brilliant marketer, by the way. I'm a marketing guy, as you know.
Thank you.
And you are out there promoting yourself on social media, dressing up in costumes, and just putting forth such an incredible effort creatively to get people's eyeballs. So that is why you achieve these lofty goals each year, and I applaud you for that. And I know that you and your wife do a great job after the fact. You invite people to your home to get a little ice cream.
That's called Lights of Hope. So Lights of Hope is happening on September 18th. And Lights of Hope is an opportunity for people to donate just $10, and then we'll prepare by hand a luminaria bag in memory or in honor of a loved one. And my goal this year is 250 luminaria bags, which will be throughout my house, that people can come and see their loved one's bag lit up at night and in honor of them. And yes, of course, we have to serve a little ice cream to make it a party.
Right. It's a great idea, and I've participated in that. And so I appreciate you for what you're doing. I think it's noble, and obviously everybody has their own particular passions and their own charities. You can't say enough about cancer and how it's affected people in all walks of life, in every community. And God, if we could find a cure, wouldn't that be great?
It would be amazing. But I also the message that you're trying to send in today's show, which I really believe in, is the whole idea of volunteerism. So if your passion is not American Cancer Society, that's okay. But maybe it's the Humane Society. Maybe it's diabetes or whatever.
Adopting puppies, which I've done.
Whatever your passion is. The whole point is, don't volunteer for something you don't love. Because that's no fun. That's called work. But when you volunteer for something that you have this deep passion that provides you with self-worth, that provides you with some positive vibe, that makes you just feel like you're doing something that's meaningful, that changes people's lives. So find that passion that you absolutely, absolutely love, and do that, and you will be amazing at it.
Great. So people can find you on Facebook, Jay Kalisky.
How about?
Well, we'll put that, James, we'll put that on the screen. Your event.org.go to Jay Kalisky.
So if you can just go to here and donate any amount of money, I would so appreciate it. I'm getting closer to my goal.
Yes, you are.
And maybe I'll even get to exceed it. That will be the most I've ever raised in 1 year.
Wow.
And I would love to, break my record.
I hope on behalf of the Franklin Show and our vast audience all over the world that people go to that website. We will put that up on the screen and people can follow.
Thank you so much.
Jay,
I really
a pleasure having you on the Franklin Show. Thanks for coming in.
It was a lot more fun than I thought it was going to be.
I told you this wasn't going to be too painful. Folks, we'll be right back with more stimulating conversation on the Franklin Show. Stay tuned.
Losing the fear of looking foolish comes with age.
Who did you steal him from?
Losing your way in your own home doesn't. Confusion with time and place may be a sign of Alzheimer's.
Mom, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine.
Early detection gives you and your loved one time to plan for the future. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's.
Hiya, folks. Welcome back to the Franklin Show. Once again, I do want to announce that we do have a new executive producer, and I'm just so proud to have him, Greg Black. Greg, are you out there? I can't see the lights and everything. Greg, are you out there? What? He's still on vacation? What the hell? I want my old executive producer back. This is not working out. But anyway, on with the show because show business is my life. This particular episode is devoted to passion. You know what my passion is, Franklin, obviously, and, you know, stuff that I do. But my guest on this show is Jacquelin Drake. Now, Jacquelin, do you like Jacquelin or Jackie?
Well, Jacquelin usually is usually how people call me.
Okay. Jackie, so let me ask you a question.
It's funny, actually. Jackie's usually what my mom would call me, when she's mad at me. So.
I'll try to remember to call you Jacquelin, but it sounds so formal.
Oh, gotcha.
Because Anyway, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yes.
This is amazing.
And your passion is art and wellness, and let's talk a little bit about what was the Jacquelin Drake Gallery, because you're an artist, and that's where I came to know you. You and I ran into each other at a Dempster event, Robert Dempster.
Yep.
You were doing something for Gilda's cause, right?
Yep.
And that years ago.
Yeah.
But I've known you forever here in the community, and you were the artist of the stars. You did wonderful art. So talk about that past and where you are today.
Well, thank you. Well, thank you so much for having me, first of all. This is absolutely amazing, and I'm excited to be here.
Good.
So...
We'll see how it works out. Let's wait till we get to the interview, and we'll see if it's going to air,
Well, this is fun.
Yeah.
And I just love this little guy. He is absolutely adorable.
He's the light of my life.
Yeah, I can see why. He's beautiful, and he's so sweet.
Yeah.
So back to my passions. Yeah, let's see. In 2018 is when when you had met me originally, I think I was doing lots of workshops and lots of... my work kind of started going everywhere, my own personal art, and then I was doing workshops everywhere, all on healing art, really utilizing the creative process to help people heal. And my dream had been to build my own center for that. And, well, in 2018, I bought a historical building in Franklin and built that, and it was incredible. I used to have...
Now, did you find a lot of the old Frank Yankee jewelry lying around?
Everybody asked me that. Actually, you want to hear something funny? When I first... This is funny, actually.
Well, it was
You're the first person to ask me this.
Yankee Designs, yeah.
So you're the first person to ask me this, but there was one time when I first got the building...
Well, you remember my background. I used to host a show called Hard Seltzer. Now the logo will spin here. It'll say Hard Seltzer. It was an investigative journalism show.
Oh, gotcha.
So that's where I come from. But anyway, go ahead.
Well, interesting enough, when I first got the building, I did a little, restoration to it.
Yeah.
And there was one day when I was there working with some worker guys, and there was another guy that was out in the back with a metal detector. And I came out, because the property goes along the whole stretch of the village green, right?
Yeah.
And so there was a guy back there in the woods with a metal detector.
That was probably one of Frank's kids. Is what
and I literally came out there and said, excuse me, what are you doing? And he was like, I'm looking for jewels. And that was the only time that's ever happened to me.
That makes sense,
but it was really funny. But that happened right when I first got the building.
Right.
And so I bought it in 2018, restored it a little bit, and got it to the point where I could open a beautiful little healing center and healing arts center.
Yeah.
And I remember when I built that, a lot of people were like, "What is this? What are you trying to do? What is this? Is it a gallery? Is it a workshop space?" And it was
They ask
really
that
all
of me
it.
all the time about this show. What is it you're trying
What are
to
you
do?
trying to do?
What
right?
is this?
And us creatives, we're kind of like we see the big vision, right? We
Right.
see the big vision, and the little things had to just kind of fall into place as they go along. And once we see that big vision, so my vision had been to really build something for the community, but also to build something for for people to get well, and people to use art as a different way to heal, And I ended up going into open mic poetry nights, open mic music nights, which were so cool too, all based on healing, and so it ended up being a great space. I actually won lots of awards as well, so there was that.
Well, next time bring them.
I will.
Yeah.
Mine were actually a lot from Our Detroit magazine. I won Best Place to Buy Original Art.
You can pay for
I
those,
know, and all
cost
that. But
little.
no, that was all voting, and that
No,
was
I
pretty
know,
good.
I
Best Place
know.
to Buy Original Art, and I loved that part because my art was there. So
Right, right.
But my art was, as you know, it was on different things. It started becoming on product lines. I have clothing lines. I have even yoga lines, all sorts of stuff.
You don't have any clothing like this, do
I
you?
do actually. I've
Yeah?
got some blouses that but my artwork is on it.
Some
so.
blouses. Well, that's about right, because what guy would wear something like this?
So
Anyway.
yeah, so that's how it all started for me. And then, then COVID happened, right? And,
right.
And I will tell you, like during that time, and this is kind of what my book now is about. But it was when I closed that, I realized I hadn't building it up. Basically, I kind of lost myself. I really lost that. Well, self-care. I mean, I'll be honest. It was self-care. I didn't have time to work out, eat right, be mindful of anything, right? And here I was teaching mindfulness classes.
If you ever
So-
can't find yourself, you can buy those air tags on Amazon. Just stick one on your ass, and you'll be easily found.
I think my kids have put one on every one of my devices
Just a thought.
because.
All right, so this is your latest book right here?
So there's a couple books out, right now. This is How I Found the Present Moment in Another Reality. And the reality of this book is that when I closed the art gallery, I was already using immersive wellness, immersive therapies really, VR, for some, to lack of a better, easier word. So I was using VR for, to teach people meditation, to be honest, and for art. There's a lot of creativity in it.
Right.
I would put a headset on a person and then put another one on, myself, and next thing you know, we're dropping into virtual spaces, creating together. And that is so magical, right? And then I got more...
This sounds like an LSD party from the Charles Manson era. Really, and I'm probably dressed for that.
You kind of are.
Okay.
You kind of are. I love it. But anyways, and so that's kind of how that book started. But it basically is about finding your authentic self again, which for me, I lost it. I lost it building up my passion, building up this incredible center. And I was there day and night, as you know. I was there as a shop basically 9 to 5, and then the evenings, I was having workshops, I was having classes, I was having all sorts of events. The whole community loved it. It was a great space. And so when I closed that, it was really hard. And so for my own depression, I started to use VR for my own, to find my own wellness. I mean, it was middle of COVID. Where am I going to go for meditation?
Yeah, right.
I teach meditation.
Right.
Where would I possibly go for this? So I started putting myself into meditations and found my own wellness. And then knowing how the device works on the mind, I thought, well, shoot, what if I moved in here? What if I started to move my body and use this as an actual cognitive wellness device, machine is what I call it. And sure enough, I started to dance because a lot of it is, to me, it's dancing. You're literally moving to mapped, targeted things, which is music, right? So when they targets or anything that are coming at you. And so I lost 98 pounds in VR. And
Unbelievable
I
transformation.
The
and I
before and
watched
afters.
that. I saw you doing a lot of that.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't recognize me still to this day, and it's been really kind of funny.
Well,
'Cause
you're
now we're back into that
you're
building
a beautiful, beautiful woman.
Oh, well, thank
you. And you always were,
Oh.
regardless. But it was an amazing transformation, and you're doing it, or did it, without the use of the injections that everybody
this was way
is
before that.
doing today.
And I did it really.
And I see some people walking around that really need to have a milkshake after that. You know, it's like they've injected too much and they become skeletal.
Yeah, I talk a lot about that with our patients now.
Yeah.
And so basically that's kind of, but this was all, my weight loss, and I tell everybody, this was way before the Ozempics came along. This was in 2020. This was when the world literally shut down and I had to find a whole new place. And this book is, like I said, it's more about finding your authentic self in a very unusual way. It's not about, it's not really about VR, and it's really not even about my weight loss. I think I have one line in there, oh yeah, I lost 98 pounds. I mean, it's really because it's more about finding myself again after I lost everything. Like I said, I was winning awards, and next thing you know, just everything was gone. And I closed my building in 2020. My kids were upstairs in their bedrooms in school, and I decided to literally kind of go within myself and really try to find myself again, using all the tools that I've ever taught, which is, if you follow me for any of even my workshops, even back at the gallery, even before that, when I was doing workshops at Gilda's and cancer centers all over, when I would do those workshops, it was all based on balance. I would talk to people a lot about balance. And I became a life coach years ago as well, but it's more or less in the life coaching aspect.
Does that require any kind of certification or
life
anything?
coaching does, yeah. But I have a background in nursing as
Now,
well.
again,
so there's
I
this whole
bring
other
up the
thing.
fact that I'm a notary, and I have brought rigid examinations over the years. I went to Harvard Community College and took notary.
I love that.
So, yeah, I mean, so anyway, I relate
I love
to
that you're a notary. This is good to know. It's always good to know one.
Everybody.
Especially because you need it sometimes.
Everybody needs it.
Yeah. So that's what this book is about. It's about finding your authentic self again. And it's a beautiful, just a simple little story about really utilizing different tools, different methods. And literally along the way, I met people in this book. There's chapter 4 is really one of my favorite chapters in it.
Everybody in the studio audience is going to get a copy of this book. Thank you, Jackie. That was Jacquelin. That was very nice. All right, so that book, and that's available on the Amazon.
Yeah,
I'm
this
assuming?
is on. All three.
Go
of
to
these
the
books
Amazon,
are
folks,
on
and
Amazon.
you'll find that.
And it's interesting. So this book came about, and this is what I use with my patients now at the Drake Center.
Finding the present moment.
Yeah, and so this is more of a workbook, integration workbook. So out of all the chapters in this book, each came one of the sessions out of this book of the lessons I kind of learned along the way. And so a lot of my patients, we use this book now.
Here's some blank pages.
Yeah, there's blank pages
If
for
you could sell a
journaling.
book with blank pages, you're doing something
It's
right.
for your journaling, it's for your sketching.
I spend a lot of time writing, and I don't leave blank pages in my books. But
well,
okay.
there's a lot in here that's
yeah.
There's all about finding your mind and body again, and most people we lose it along the way and as we age, and so but this book, I will tell you, this book has been out the longest. These two books I launched in I think this was in January.
The Way of the Butterfly. Yeah, that's a theme with you.
Yeah, it really is, and that we'll talk about that because that kind of goes into the Drake Center. But this book is really cool because it was originally built for the metaverse, believe it or not. It's hard to explain, but I built it digitally where you can actually walk through the pages of it.
Wow.
And so you would put a headset on and actually walk through the pages of this book. And it is incredible. The pages are moving. You walk through it.
But only when you have the headset on.
Well, not exactly, because I built it on a cross-platform app. So basically it's on an app called Spatial, and you can drop into it on any device. So I also built a Drake Center patient art exhibit that way as well, where my patients can actually walk through their own art as well. But this book, for my 50th birthday 2 years ago, my husband actually worked with them and got it published. Took it out of the metaverse basically in my files and got it published. And
like a surprise to you?
Yeah, it was really beautiful.
That's pretty cool.
So I was like, oh my gosh, it's in paper.
I've written a lot of books surprising my wife, and she doesn't seem to be that pleased with them, because they're all about me. But I know the subject well.
Well, these books aren't really. This book is a darling story about a little caterpillar, and he goes on a mindful journey. And he has to use his mindfulness practices to get him out of some tricky and sticky ways, situations, I guess. And so it's really
the artwork is beautiful, and I'm sure the writing is great.
There's actually, this is more, I've done actually a couple readings with this book to different libraries around town, and we even set up like a little mindfulness activities for the kids, which is really sweet. And then one station of the mindfulness activities is a headset. And so the little kids would go over and put the headset on, and suddenly they're inside of the book. And they're like, oh my gosh! And it's because after I had just read it to them. So it is really magical. There is another book that's actually almost done, and that book is going to be an animated series. And it's more geared for 2 to 5 year olds. This is more, I would say, upper elementary, middle school age, where this one's talking about mindfulness and meditation practices, or the other one's a little more 2 to 5 year old language, let's say. But
Yeah.
in the little guy he's a little more, my kids call him Mom's Tank, Thomas the Tank Engine, because he has this really cute little face and he's just a darling. But he's going to be in the animated series.
That's so cool.
And ideally, we put him into a VR game so kids can actually interact with him.
And so if you were to acquire the VR equipment, what are we talking about cost-wise there? I'm
One
just
of these,
curious.
well, right now they're about $500.
Yeah.
You can get them on Amazon. Costco has them. Target even has them
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
But basically, yeah, eventually kind of what ends up happening for me is that I have a lot of followers because of my YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
When I lost all the weight, a lot of people were like, oh my gosh, what the heck are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
And can I do it with you? Everything from my mom friends to,
Sure.
every person online. And so they literally have followed me into VR fitness. Now, if you would have told me literally 6 years ago I'd be a VR fitness lady, I'd be like, what are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
But
Right.
here I am, yeah. And so it's been a really incredible, so much fun.
It's an incredible story and an amazing journey.
Yeah, it's
And
really
I mean,
crazy.
the benefit obviously is right here.
I
you're
feel great.
healthy and fit, but
Yeah.
your creativity is what really drove you to this, and
1000%.
and that's part of the passion that I admire.
Art is, to me, VR was always art, right?
Yeah.
Somebody's creating it, and you're
Right.
actually being placed inside of immersive worlds,
Yeah.
and it is magical. And what that does to your mind, and because I teach mindfulness and meditation and present moment, that part of it is so prominent in here, because when you're in that space, that's the only thing you can think about. You're not worried about your anxiety thoughts and the future predicting thoughts, and we're not worried about the past, the woulda, shoulda, couldas, because in there, and trust me, my kids laugh at me, the boys, because I have 2 older boys now. And when I first started,
One is a pilot.
yes, one's a helicopter
Xavier.
pilot. No, that's Noah.
Noah, okay.
Yeah, Xavier is our one that just graduated Groves this year, and he's a pretty talented fellow too.
Good.
Both boys are pretty talented.
Yeah.
But he just sang the national anthem at convocation, so it was really beautiful.
that's
so,
very
yeah,
lovely.
he's got a beautiful voice. But so it's just been an amazing thing, amazing tool basically that I've just kind of added to my art toolbox.
It's really
and
impressive.
at the Drake Center,
Yeah.
I've brought all of that into it. What we use at the Drake Center, it's absolutely amazing what we do. Our work there.
Yeah.
After I closed the gallery, my husband and I kind of did a full reboot. Really, is kind of what happened, and. We had some trauma in our own family, and he did some medication, the ketamine medication, and I actually saw, holy crap, this is the real deal for medication, and how many people can we help? And then bringing all the modalities that I have into it as well, the immersive therapies, the art therapy side of it, all of this stuff, and it's just been this amazing, I don't know what
Really
you want to
is.
call it.
Yeah.
I love our
Metamorphosis.
patients. Yeah, our patients are amazing.
Yeah.
We have this great, I would say, success rate.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody gets better, and everybody. And we're talking, we usually treat people that have tried everything, right? They've tried FA, SSRI, they've tried all of it.
Yeah.
Even ayahuasca and ibogaine, they come to us after all that.
Well, I
Because-
often say, and I wear a shirt that says this, my therapist gave up. So I may be a candidate.
You would love it.
I
You
probably
absolutely
would,
love it.
and my family would love me to find something that would work.
It is so cool. It's just the coolest way. And the way we put it all together is just this really mindful way, right? I mean, from the very minute we do an intake with our patients,
Right.
I'm starting to talk to them about mindfulness.
Right.
And they're about to go into their mind, right? And really get those deep insights into themselves.
A little scary.
And it is a
'cause
little scary.
if-
I hold a lot of hands.
There's so much up there that no one can figure out. I can't imagine that I even want to know. So,
And I hold a lot of hands, to be honest. I mean, I'm monitoring their vitals as well, but yes, I hold all their hands, and they're able to go into this beautiful psychedelic
all right. Well, one
trip.
day I'm going to put that on.
I want you to put this
and
on, I
get
think.
into this book with you.
I think you would love it.
We don't have time to do that here today, but Jacquelin Drake, very impressive. What a great passion you have.
Thank
What a
you.
great job you've done. And people will find you on your website,
Yeah.
which James will put up here on the screen,
Yeah.
as well your books on Amazon,
great.
etc.
Yeah.
And thank you so
Oh,
much for
thank you,
being
love.
here on The Franklin Show.
This has been
Appreciate
amazing.
you.
Can I pet baby?
Yes, you
Hi,
can.
baby.
And Franklin
Aw,
appreciates you
He
too.
is so beautiful.
Folks, we'll be right back with more fun and games here on The Franklin Show. Stand by.
Love is a lesson that doesn't end. It knows no conditions, so you better buckle in. Love keeps you on your toes. It It never stops, only grows. Love isn't easy, it's a commitment, especially when they're being their most resistant. Love is finding the right seat so you can take a breath. But remember, love isn't lax, it always double checks. Check that your kids are in the right seat at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Wow, I hope you guys enjoyed that show. I sure did. I'm probably going to watch it a few dozen times. And I never get tired of the entertainment that I provide. I hope you agree. We'll see you next time on The Franklin Show. Bye, everybody.
Grab a seat, don't you go. Franklin's ready to steal the show. Lights are up, let's let it glow. It's The Franklin Show on your TV. Big ideas, big energy. From stars to dreamers, you'll soon see. It's Franklin and me. Yeah, yeah. From coast to coast, it's time for The Franklin Show.